Member for Surrey White Rock.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For years, this NDP government has tried to avoid taking any responsibility for the future of policing in Surrey. Last month, instead of providing leadership, they simply kicked the can down the road. Their inaction has resulted in continued uncertainty and now skyrocketing costs for the citizens of Surrey. Surrey residents are now facing the biggest tax increase, nearly 20%, the largest tax increase in the history of that city. My question is a simple one to the Premier. When will he finally make a decision on the future of policing in Surrey?
Minister of Public Safety and Solicitor General.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the member for his question. As the member is well aware, the City of Surrey made a decision some 4 years ago that they wanted to move from the RCMP model of policing to having their own police service. That is their right to do that. That transition was underway. At the last election, a new mayor and council were elected. They, in a 5-4 vote, said they wanted to return back to the RCMP from the Surrey Police Service. As the member will know, the transition to where we are today has taken the better part of that 4-year time. It meant working with the federal government, it meant working with the RCMP and the City of Surrey to ensure that there was an orderly transition in place. That transition was about halfway through. The City of Surrey now wants to transition back. They have the ability to do that. They have made that decision that that's what they want to do. But in order to do that, they have to be able to provide a plan, of a transition plan, that ensures that there is safe, effective, and adequate policing. That's the responsibility of the Solicitor General, the Director of Police Services. Subsequent to that, the City of Surrey worked on a plan on how they saw it going. The RCMP also provided showed how that they would restaff in terms of the going back to the RCMP model. We received that information just before Christmas. My staff have been working hard and analyzing that. They identified a range of gaps in both plans that needed to be addressed. We have just received the responses to the questions and the concerns we had from the City of Surrey on Thursday. We have received the RCMP's plan in terms of how they plan to restaff. That work is being analysed as quickly as possible. The bottom line is this, member, that any plan has to ensure safe and effective and adequate policing. If it doesn't do that, it cannot be approved. That work is underway. I want it done as quickly as possible. I was asked on the weekend whether it's going to take months or weeks. I said I expect it in weeks. My staff are doing everything they can, working with the City of Surrey, working with the RCMP and the Surrey Police Service to get the answers to the questions that they need so that we are able to make a decision that puts public safety first in the City of Surrey.
Member for Surrey White Rock supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And the minister talks about his responsibility. So let's talk about the minister's responsibility. In August of 2019, the Guest government gave a green light to the Surrey police transition. The minister just spoke about that. At that time, the project was approved with little transparency, numerous unanswered questions, and an uncertainty about true costs. Now, yesterday, and the minister will be aware of this, Mayor Brenda Locke said, and I quote, "There is a poison pill inside of that contract that says there is an 18-month severance clause after as little as 6 months of work." Let me repeat that. An 18-month severance clause after as little as 6 months of work. This minister must have known about that. This government, this premier, signed off on it. And now Surrey residents are stuck with it. Will the Premier stand up today and tell the people of Surrey why this government, this minister, this Premier signed off on a clause, on a contract that had an 18-month severance clause?
Minister.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I thank the member for the question. The member will know that the contracts are negotiated between the police board and the City of Surrey and their police department. Policing is a local government responsibility, Honourable Member. Policing is a local government responsibility.
Members, Minister will continue.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. And the key in this whole thing, and I notice that when this whole issue came about, the opposition's view is very clear. This is a local government responsibility. This is a local government decision, and it is. Our decision as Solicitor my decision as Solicitor General is to ensure that if Surrey wants to do a transition, any transition, whether it's going forward or backward, ensures that there is safe and effective policing in place. The plans for that were signed off by both the federal government, the province, and the City of Surrey in order to move forward to the Surrey Police Service. That transition has been well underway. And I'll remind the member of what his own leader said around the Surrey transition, which was that he will work hard to ensure that there's a smooth and successful transition for Surrey's own police force. And that's what the Leader of the Opposition said. And I'll repeat for the member, my responsibility is to ensure that if Surrey goes back, that there's a safe and effective plan. The City of Surrey has said and acknowledged that those...
Members,
Do some homework, Honourable Member. I don't sign off on
both sides.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. As I was saying, the transition, my responsibility is to ensure that there is a safe and effective transition that ensures safe and effective policing for the City of Surrey. That work is underway. I want that work to be done as quickly as possible. The City of Surrey wants it to be done as quickly as possible, and I know the residents of Surrey want it to be done as quickly as possible. The City of Surrey has acknowledged that those costs are their costs, Honourable Speaker. So, Honourable Member, that work is underway, but I want to make it clear. A transition has to ensure safe and effective policing. And as a former Solicitor General, you should know that that is the key priority. That is the key priority, member. You may not think that, we certainly do.